Let me describe a scene that has happened to you. Maybe last night. Maybe a few nights ago. But it's happened. It's late. Very late. Your body is exhausted. Your eyes are heavy. You've been in bed for hours. But your mind is running a marathon. You're thinking about tomorrow. About what you have to do. About what you forgot to do today. About something someone said. About something you said. About nothing and everything at the same time. You toss. You turn. You flip your pillow to the cold side. You stare at the ceiling. You check the clock to 14 a.m. You close your eyes. You try to think of nothing. That never works. You check the clock again to 27 a.m. You think, if I fall asleep now, I'll get 4 hours. Then you do the math again. Then you worry about being tired tomorrow. Then you worry about worrying to 43 a.m. You've done this. Everyone on this planet has done this. Every single person who has ever lived has had a night where sleep just won't come. And for years, you probably thought something was wrong with you. That your brain was broken. That you couldn't relax. That you were the only one lying awake while everyone else slept. But here's the truth. Your brain isn't broken. It's not failing you. It's actually doing exactly what it evolved to do. The problem? It's doing it at the wrong time. Let me walk you through it. First, you need to understand something fundamental about your brain. It doesn't have an off switch. Unlike a computer, you can't just shut it down. Your brain is always active, even when you're asleep. Sleep isn't off, it's a different mode. A different state. When you're awake, your brain is processing external information. When you're asleep, your brain is processing internal information. Cleaning up. Organizing memories. Solving problems. Preparing for tomorrow. The issue is that the transition between these modes isn't instant. It takes time, usually about 15 to 20 minutes for a healthy sleeper. But when your mind is racing, that transition doesn't happen. You get stuck in the awake mode. And the more you try to force the transition, the harder it becomes. This brings us to the second piece. Something called the default mode network. That's a fancy name for your brain's resting state. It's the network that becomes active when you're not focused on an external task. Daydreaming. Mind wandering. Letting your thoughts float. During the day, your default mode network is quiet because you're busy. You're working, scrolling, talking, listening. Your brain is focused outward. But at night, in the dark, with no phone, no notifications, no demands, your default mode network wakes up. And it has a lot to say. It reviews your day. It replays conversations. It worries about tomorrow. It thinks about things you said years ago. It plans. It imagines. It creates. This is actually healthy. Your brain needs this time to process and organize. The problem is the timing. It's doing this work when you're trying to sleep. Now, here's the part that makes everything worse. The third piece, cortisol. When you're lying in bed and able to sleep, you start to worry. Why can't I sleep? What's wrong with me? I'm going to be exhausted tomorrow. That worry triggers your body's stress response. Your brain releases cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol is designed to wake you up. It's part of your body's natural alarm system. A little bit of cortisol helps you wake up in the morning. But at 2 a.m., cortisol is the enemy. It makes your heart beat faster. It makes your mind sharper. It makes you more awake. So now you're not just unable to sleep. You're stressed about being unable to sleep. And that stress is actively keeping you awake. This is called the paradox of trying to sleep. The more you try, the less likely you are to succeed. Because trying is a task. And tasks require wakefulness. Let me give you a personal example. A few months ago, I had a big presentation the next morning. I went to bed early, around 10 p.m. I was tired. I was ready. Then I started thinking about the presentation. What if I forget something? What if they ask a hard question? What if I sound stupid? My mind raced for an hour. Then I looked at the clock, 11:15 p.m. I thought, if I fall asleep now, I'll get 7 hours. Not bad. But I couldn't fall asleep. I kept thinking. Kept worrying. 11:47 p.m. 6.5 hours. Still fine. 12:22 a.m. 6 hours. I can function on 6 hours. 1:05 a.m. 5 hours. That's not great, but I'll survive. 1:48 a.m. 4 hours. I'm going to be a zombie. 2:30 a.m. 3.5 hours. Why am I like this? I was furious at myself. I had done the math at least 10 times. The math didn't help. The math made it worse. Finally, around 3 a.m., I gave up. I got out of bed. I sat on my couch in the dark. I stopped trying to sleep. And within 20 minutes, I was yawning. I went back to bed. I fell asleep around 3:45 a.m. Woke up at 7 a.m. Not perfect, but better than nothing. That night taught me something important. Trying to sleep doesn't work. Stopping the trying? That works. Here's the science behind what happened. When I got out of bed, I broke the association between my bed and frustration. My brain had started to see the bed as a place of stress. Every time I looked at the clock, I was teaching my brain, bed equals failure. By leaving, I reset that association. The couch was neutral. No pressure. No clock. No math. And without pressure, my brain finally relaxed. This is actually a technique that sleep therapists use. It's called stimulus control therapy. You only use your bed for sleep. If you can't sleep, you get up. You go somewhere boring. You don't look at your phone. You just sit. When you feel sleepy, you go back. It feels counterintuitive. But it works. Now, let me tell you about another thing that helps. Externalizing your thoughts. When your mind is racing, those thoughts are stuck in your head. They bounce around. They repeat. They get louder. But if you write them down, on paper, not on your phone, something magical happens. The thoughts leave your head. They become external. They're on the page now. Your brain doesn't need to hold onto them anymore. Keep a notebook by your bed. When your mind races, write down everything. The worries. The to-do list. The random thoughts. Then close the notebook. Tell yourself, it's on the page. I can look at it tomorrow. This works because your brain trusts the external record. Once the thought is written down, your brain stops trying to remember it. And without the thought, the racing slows. There's also the breathing trick. Deep, slow breaths activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system. It's the opposite of the stress response. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Breathe out for 6 seconds. The longer exhale tells your body, we're safe. It's okay to relax. Do this 10 times. It's not magic, but it helps. Now, here's the most important thing I learned. And this changed everything for me. You can't control when you fall asleep, but you can control how you respond to not sleeping. When you lie there, furious at yourself, checking the clock, doing the math, you're making it worse. The anger creates cortisol. The cortisol keeps you awake. But when you accept it, okay, I'm not sleeping right now. That's fine. I'll rest. I'll close my eyes. I'll let my body recover even if my mind is awake. Something shifts. The pressure disappears. And without pressure, sleep often comes. This is called paradoxical intention. Wanting sleep pushes it away. Letting go of wanting invites it in. So the next time you're staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m., here's what I want you to remember. Your brain isn't broken. It's not failing you. It's doing exactly what it evolved to do, processing, organizing, preparing. The timing is just wrong. Don't fight it. Don't hate yourself. Don't do the math. Get up if you need to. Write it down, breathe. And if sleep doesn't come, rest anyway. Rest is still valuable. Your body knows how to sleep. It's been doing it your whole life, trust it. That's the weird thing I learned today. Hey, if you've ever stared at the ceiling at 2 a.m., doing the math on how many hours you'd get if you fell asleep right now, you're not alone. You're not broken. You're just human. And if you want more weird explanations for everyday brain glitches, hit subscribe. I read the papers so you don't have to. No sleep gurus, no magic pills. Just curiosity and a little bit of neuroscience. Thanks for watching. Now go rest. Even if you can't sleep, rest is enough. See you next time.